Flooding the market, a break from the garbage. An artist, sensitive about mind pardon. No margin for error, flawless be rarer. The black cat goddess, you walking with a panther. Painting these pictures with words like Samantha, MacGyver. Alchemy on the track, make it lava. And I won't stop rocking till I retire. Singular or plural, she break numero uno. Colder than you.
Hey, it's your girl, Madam Money, aka Trap, and welcome to the official Sorting the Game album review of Dark Low and VDon's Charlie Pope. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and let's get it. Now, Dark Low, he just dropped another project with Harry Fraud, who's having an amazing year himself, called Borrowed Time. But ever since like VDon and Dark Low got up together on like the Prophecy EP, them working together, their chemistry needs to be talked about a lot because they feel very, very comfortable around each other. And I'm gonna point out a couple of things along the way just to reinforce that thought process here. First track on here is Lamb, and it is what it is. Like, yeah, I ain't gonna hold you, I ain't gonna sit here in front or lie or none of that stuff. When Lamb came on, I was like, I didn't really like it. I really didn't like that opening track. You know, I come in here, I say, you know, it's a strong intro or this or that or what be going on with it. I didn't like Lamb, but it's Dark Low, so you know, I have to keep moving forward with this because this is one of my favorite rappers. Like, for real though, he always says something that hits you over your head real hard. But that first track, I was like, all right. Let's see what's going on here. The next track on here called Meesh. This shit is fire. They gave Ab more time than Big Meech, like, and that's crazy. It's crazy that their crew and their collective is going through all of these legal things. Like, they really did give ARAB fucking 45 years. Like, that is really just like crazy to me. Dark Low on here. I just bust a new move, but I hate to dance. I don't fuck with nobody. I had to take a stance. And like, he always just puts that energy behind it. Now, this also has a clip of ARAB clearing up this whole like snitch situation, like that I told y'all on Borrowed Time. That shit really bothered Dark Low. Like, and it would bother any stand-up nigga that know they ain't no snitch to be deemed a snitch. You've been a stand-up nigga all this time. That shit would really hurts the heart, like, to be honest with you. So I'm glad that he put ARAB on there just to clear up the whole situation, because if like, how y'all gonna say he like snitched on Ab? Y'all don't have no information about this shit, even though it is right at your fingertips. You hear one person say some shit and just fucking run with it. Now, if the source is credible, you have to, you know, some people rely on a credible source. That's why I try to be that, me personally, being in media. But just to throw to the side like a stand-up guy and try to label him a rat, when in essence what he was doing was he was trying to cut across that whole situation. What he did was the most unrat like thing. Like, y'all niggas make me so sick with that just like mob mentality sometimes. Y'all don't give anybody, y'all don't do what y'all supposed to do when it comes down to things like that. Y'all always just want to like say some shit about somebody, especially that right there. That's hard thing to deal with. So I respect him trying to clear this up on this project. I also want to say here too, this is where you can also tell that Dark Low is really comfortable with VDon. Now, no, we gonna get it. Next track on here is called Summer. All this bullshit music y'all adapted to, and he's right. Like, it's so much shit out here that is like unequivocally bad and have no basis and foundation in this shit that y'all amp up and big up. Y'all have adapted to it because the things that we deal with in the underground is not on the forefront like how it should be, even though that is changing. Next track on here, Flawless Bars, featuring Willie the Kid. Willie the Kid coming off of Keep Watching the Fly. That review should be on the channel. Yo, it's a part on here. He said, Shorty says she listened to me, Willie, Benny, and Dirk. And I'm like, that bitch lying. Like, yo, listen. You listen, Shorty, who you listen to? I listen to Dark Low, Willie the Kid, Benny the Butcher, and Dirk. That's just something right there. I think she listened to Dirk and she ain't listening to y'all niggas, but y'all niggas around, you feel me? I don't know how to make it that, but again, Willie the Kid is one of these like rappers too. He makes everybody like have to go into like luxury mode a little bit when you're around him because he brings that texture to there. So even Dark Low in here talking about popping bottles and shit like that. I was like, all right, dog. Like I feel you, boy. It's a good track, good track. Next track on here, Clean Run, and he's right on here. You know, every hustler's dream is like just to have a clean run, no problems, make the most money, catch a double up, catch a triple up, just have a clean run. He have a part on here. The sample on here is sick too. Well, let me point that out. He has a part on here. Your grave was a parking spot. I'm the meter maid, and it's like damn, like he run up on you. He took it at gesture. He gave you. He cleaned your clock out in the car, and I'm just like, this is the type of thing that Dark Low does, and he always just it makes me smile every time I hear him say some greasy ass shit like that. I ain't gonna lie to you. This next track on here, Letter featuring James Ashili, and I probably mispronounced it, whatever. It was so personal. It was so personal a thing where I don't think I've ever really seen that side of Dark Low before. I don't think I've seen him get as personal as he got on this track, Letter, where he's talking about, you know, when somebody he cared about committed suicide, and how they had a problem with his brother, and now, you know, they're at a funeral, and he would rather say that, you know, somebody killed him other than to say he committed suicide, and how he's taking care of this person's family and all of this stuff. I don't think I've ever really got that personal like thing from Dark Low before. So I was kind of taken back by it. I was like, damn, like, you know, you think he's going through all of these legal stuff like that, and then he's going through a other situation that it bothered him enough to write a track like this about really deep and emotional stuff right there. It's always good to see an artist take that approach to certain stuff too. Next track on here, 100 Proof. I come around you, it's a blessing. I talk around you, it's a lesson. Make sure you understand that when you're around me and I'm talking. You understand? All right? It's a blessing I'm around you. It's a lesson when I'm talking to you. Make sure you fucking bring me an apple, because I'm the teacher. Keep telling y'all niggas that. Next track on here, Philippines. And this is like I call these shits like detective beats. They're like, you know, the like detective, like sitcom beats or whatever. But he says a part of here, mumble raps or some lyrics, y'all, all the weirdest. And I like that he brung that shit up to the table. Like, whether you on in the mainstream side, whether you on the underground side, that don't mean that you like cool, nigga. Like, you still a fucking weirdo. I really did appreciate that. He also says this fish scale had locked. I couldn't even steer it. Listen, and that's why I said he's more comfortable with VDon than he was with Harry Fraud, because I pointed out on the Borrowed Time review that he was changing his bars. Like, he was not saying that he was doing anything, no dealings. He wasn't saying he was the man. He wasn't saying anything like that. I don't know what comfortability he was with Harry Fraud or his whole situation he's going on right there, but he was comfortable enough with VDon to get back to that real gritty shit that we know him to be on, for real, for real. Really just dope stuff. Next track on here, Born Blessed. Knuckle Game. Now your team losing again. Like, yo, you talking this gun shit, but we square up. Your team's lost. Your team's done. I appreciate that. Next track on here, Boomerangs and Samplers. He ends off with the track Legend. This was really strong, and he has more work coming out too. So like, he's getting all the work he can in, all the work he can in. I think he said something crazy like he signed a 2-deal album for $1 million or whatever. I hope that shit is true. But what he got going on here is really dope, just to see him get back into himself and be real and do what he does best on here. And VDon just gave us this like gritty and deep backdrop for Dark Low to be himself all over it. Really fire project. It's really had me thinking about all the projects that I do like love from Dark Low. You know, Ron Harvey Jr. He had an album come out last year, and I don't know if it's called like The American Dream or something like that, something to that effect. Y'all don't talk about that album a lot, because that was the first time I seen him try to be more like a community conscious thing going on there, and he really showed how, even though as much knowledge as we might have about you know, people in Black history and this that the third, is such as like is such this thing about us to be hood and street, that shit is always gonna shine through, even though it's this other side going on there. I'm dying and I can't remember the name of the project, but that intro on that American project or whatever, fire. This fire, the prophecy, fire. And I do respect what he did on Borrowed Time, but he was more like just getting his feet wet coming back from all of this stuff going on there. But he's hitting his stride right now. I cannot wait to see the next project come from Dark Low. But let me know what is your best track on here. What is the best beats VDon put on here? But I'm about to get out of here. I'm Madam Money. You can follow me on Twitter and IG at Madam Money Says. That's MADAMMONEYSAYS. And as always, I'll be seeing you guys around. Peace.
Ready, steady, aim at the target. I'm flooding the market, a break from the garbage. An artist, sensitive about mind pardon. No margin for error, flawless be rarer. The black cat goddess, you walking with a panther. Painting these pictures with words like Samantha MacGyver. Alchemy on the track, make it lava. And I won't stop rocking till I retire. Singular or plural, she break numero uno. Colder than you know.